Coaches, athletes, Michael Hughes here, Gymnazo EDU, coming at you in a new series of equipment review. We have spent tens of thousands of dollars on a bunch of equipment over the years, outfitting our space. As our space grew, you needed more equipment to fulfill it. And this is something I'm really excited about to share as our first official fitness equipment review is the FitFighter. And we just got our shipment in. We've been planning with them for quite some time. But the FitFighter is a really awesome tool. Basically, it's a steel hose. Now, this is a firewoman's hose, and inside of it is steel shot. So it's really cool. It's a recycled hose, recycled steel shot, and then basically just put together in a very awesome compact form. Now, what I really like and what I want to just kind of fly right off the handle with and say is why I like this tool so much, especially if you're a coach in fitness or a business owner or run a facility, is that when we're thinking about outfitting our space with tools, right? We don't have a budget of so much, right? If you're starting out or you're kind of getting your whole thing going, you don't have so much cash. So if you can buy a piece of equipment that really satisfies a lot of other pieces of equipment, you can therefore put more money to invest in other ways of growing your business versus a hard cost that doesn't necessarily bring in more clients, but it certainly satisfies people's kind of fitness training. So what I like about this tool is that what this FitFighter can do can really essentially satisfy short-term what a Viper can do, what a mace can do, and what a sandbag can do. And that's pretty cool when you can get one tool that can satisfy three. Now, I love the Viper. Man, in fact, our next review is going to be on the Viper. And if you want us to do other reviews on other fitness pieces of equipment, get our perspective on, please let us know in the comments below. And by the way, if you're loving this stuff, throw that like button and subscribe because we got a bunch of stuff coming out. But we also love the sandbag. And Hyperwear makes a really great bag that we've beat these things up over the days. And if you really want to test equipment, if you're an equipment maker, you want to test it on the longevity of its life, you send it to us. Because this sucker gets slammed thousands of times some days in our facility from morning till end. So that's been a cool thing. And now the mace, just that cool wielding flow piece that really brings functionality into a fitness space. So if we can take those three pieces and make it into this, then we're feeling pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to just cover the basics, right? We know that this can act like a dumbbell. So whatever you can do with a dumbbell, you can do with this, right? So all the basic curls and flies and presses and et cetera, I'm not to discount those. They're great moves, relatively speaking, but we all know those things. What else can it do? So I want to cover kind of some of those details that most people maybe don't cover. So I'll start with the mace, right? If you own maces and you kind of flow through maces, then you know that you can do 360s with them, right? You know that you can do kind of archer poses with them. You know that you can do a ballistic curl with them if you've done anything like that. You can also swing it and wield it, right? It's cool to have this load on one side, this globe on one side, and make it happen. So essentially, if you can only pick one, well, you can also do a 360 and a mill and a swipe with a FitFighter, right? You can also take this and wield this and throw this as well, right? Now, is it different? Well, it is different, right? But we're saying if you're in a pinch and you really want to make something happen, this can help satisfy that. In fact, that's a 10-pound mace, and it's super long. If I'm going to try to teach someone a 360, if I can shorten my lever arm, right, and I can start to easily get that kind of pattern to go through, it wasn't the best 360, but you get the point. You can start to help someone maybe transition to a mace. If I'm looking for a sandbag and I need something to throw and to slam to make sure it has the durability, well, this, I would argue, is way more durable because you can also go through a slam process. And yes, it may not react the same, but it's so close. It's so close. And as that essentially wetsuit piece of material starts to break down, well, this Kevlar-like of material is going to last. So we're looking for, how do you not need to continue to spend your resources, your capital expenditure on more equipment that breaks down? And that's what we came down for the Hyperice. No disrespect, great product, but we just had to keep buying them and buying them and buying them. I don't think we're going to have to do that with this tool. Now, taking that into the Viper, right? One of my favorite tools. Gosh, this is like one of my. We have like over 80 Vipers in our facility. We love these things. The functionality, the purposeness, the versatility is huge. And so if we can start to get movement patterns, traditional lift patterns with this tool, then we can say, well, wait a minute, can we not take that same versatility with this tool? And what I like about this one, this is actually harder to wield because it has that flex to it. It has that kind of like droopiness. It's like, whoa, man. And so you get a little bit more kind of function and flow through it as you can do similar tools, similar motions that you can use with the Viper. In fact, this one's a little bit more forgiving for certain things. So we're really excited to bring this tool into our space in conjunction with the other tools that we have. But again, my point of this video is if you can take 3 tools and use one for the start, right? Then I would love to save you that money. I'd love to save you that thought process. I'd love to save you that organizational space. And to really kind of start off something that can really help you progress your business, your training and conditioning, your programming in ways that, this is a specialty tool in a sense. The mace is definitely a specialty tool, and it takes a lot more understanding and kind of like, gosh, what do I even do with this thing? Well, there's a lot. But so again, saving your time, saving your mental thought, saving your facility organizational space is what this video really is all about, and really promoting a product that I believe is a step change, right? In traditional training and conditioning, right? We have the bolt down to the floor pieces of equipment, right? Those haven't changed in years and years. They just look cooler, but they still do the same function. What I like about the fitness industry is that technology is changing, and this is a technological advancement. So is the mace, in a sense, even though it's quite the medieval weapon in a sense. The Vipers have changed, the sandbags have changed, but so when we can really kind of come together and experience a great tool, and it's all its amazing functionality from a traditional standpoint and from a functional standpoint, as you can see, this is not even all of our. We actually have a whole other pile outside the door that we're still unpacking. So let's go to some specialty stuff. What can you really do with a FitFighter that maybe is a little bit harder than anything else? So when we're talking about like grip strength, right? I've set one up here. It's awesome if you can set up to a carabiner to a squat rack with cases, and you start doing pull-ups with this hand grip, right? So if you're really into Spartan races, Tough Mudders, those adventure races, and you want to kind of get some more functionality in that race, well, doing a standardized pull-up is a good option, but there's other ways that course challenges you, and a hanging or essentially a vertical hold is a good way to do that. You can also attach that to a band. So I can hook that band, hook the FitFighter to this band, and now I have it through a bungee or through a pulley system. If you have a Kaiser machine or a pulley machine, you can hook it up with that, and now that grip strength is now going in a different direction versus vertical. So another great way that you can kind of make this tool happen a little bit more. If you're into throwing, even if you're kind of into that wielding side, you can take that FitFighter, and I'm not going to do it in this studio space, but you can literally chuck that sucker. So you get that ballistic feel that you really don't want to do with a dumbbell, right? You don't really want to throw those things around. It's just not designed for it. So that's kind of my quick hit on this FitFighter series. It's a steel hose. It's a great product. I really love where the business is going. If you want to check out more on how they use it, you can certainly download their free app on fitfighter.com. If you want to know how we use it from a three-dimensional training conditioning space, leave some comments for us. We'd love to make additional videos on how we 3D this tool and use it in ways that, I would say that maybe pushing the kind of relative state of the traditional fitness user. So I would love to make that video. So one person just needs to leave a comment to do that. All right, Michael Hughes here again. Appreciate you guys' time. Great tool out on the market. Highly recommend it. And if you can solve a lot of tools with one tool and save some time and some money and some facility space, I think the FitFighter is a great option. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it, and see you guys next time.